The Menominee Indian School District has been fighting against excessive absences in its schools for years. Wednesday evening allowed parents a chance to listen to officials on why things need to change.
Research will tell you that the pandemic, the chronic absenteeism rate across the country has doubled.
District Superintendent Wendell Waukau says around 4 or 5 years ago, the absentee rate was around 15%. In 2022, that number is much higher, due in part to the toll the pandemic took on children.
Our chronic absenteeism rate is probably now, because of the pandemic, it's over 30%. But again, we realize the pandemic has done a lot of damage in so many ways for a lot of schools.
Chronic absenteeism is when students miss 15 days of school or more for any reason during the school year. Waukau says quite a bit of the absences come from the high school. It's why a 90-day action plan is being launched before the school year starts to identify the issues in schools. That message will target all students and families, but those who are younger might see the message more than others.
Really, if you want to instill the good habits, you start small. That was the thinking behind our work group of how we would best go about this.
It's really been a struggle and a challenge to try to help our families.
Rachel Fernandez is part of that work group. As Director of Youth Services for Menominee Youth Services, she's seen the impact the pandemic has had on kids and why they aren't in school as often as they should be.
I've seen some of our children where, because of the pandemic and being shut down, where they don't want to be around people. They don't want to come out of the house.
The plan is for the work team to meet after the 90-day period to see what can be done to get chronic absenteeism under control.
At Webster Elementary Children's Center for the Integrated Arts, we never give up on the creativity and talents of our staff and students.
How fun. Well, joining us this morning is Vicki Beyer. She is the Greenbay School Interim Superintendent. Good morning.
Good morning.
Okay, so there's a theme this year, Don't Stop Believin'. Is the idea of a theme new? I don't remember it from years past. And what is the goal of this year's theme?
We haven't had one in the last couple of years, but it is something that two former superintendents prior brought forward to the district. And the purpose is for all of us to wrap our arms around one consistent message. We chose Don't Stop Believing because we want our staff, every single employee of Greenbay Area Public School District, to remember why they went into this field, why they went into education, and not forget the impact they have on our students.
Now, will this be a more typical year, Vicki, compared to years before the pandemic? Will it be more like that?
Define typical. We want it to be better.
Okay.
We are focused on continual improvement. So typical, yeah, some of the practices are going to go back to what we've expected, but we've done improvements over the last couple of years. This gave us an opportunity to see where things can get better, how can we make some adjustments so that when the students do arrive for the 22-23 school year, this will be one of the best they've ever had.
Well, let's talk a little bit about COVID protocols. Will there be protocols in place? What are you hoping for the year?
We are going back to pre-COVID protocols. So any process that we've had in the past for infectious communicable disease, we're going to follow those practices. So standards such as if I'm not feeling well, I'm going to stay home. If a student or staff member comes to school and they're not feeling well, they're going to go home. As far as COVID, if a person is positive, we are going to do isolation for 5 days. And then upon return, a recommendation from the CDC and Brown County Health is to wear a face covering for days 6 through 10. Okay. But other than that, it's standard practice.
All right, so really no mask wearing unless you've tested positive.
Yeah, or, it all depends on the person's comfort level. We want to be respectful. Some staff and students prefer to wear face coverings when they're around large groups. We want to respect that. So optional.
The district is sharing information regarding its November referendum. Can you talk a little bit about what that entails?
Yes, we're very excited about what's coming up. November 8th, we are going to the public for a referendum, 92.6 million. I wrote it down somewhere.
That's right, 92.6 million.
Okay, Thank you. These are deferred maintenance projects. For a standard year, we put aside about $3.5 million to deal with maintenance facility problems that need to be addressed. That just isn't enough. So we're going through referendum this November for those projects. We have a list of the specific projects on our website, and we are also going to have 2 community information sessions in September. So September 20th at Preble and September 22nd at West High School, where the public can come get more information and ask questions.
And it's my understanding that the money is not for new buildings, but to repair and improve existing buildings.
Yes, that is correct. We have some roofs that need replacing. Edison Middle School has the original windows. Those need to be replaced for energy efficiency. We're doing secondary upgrades to the athletic fields and the facilities for athletics and for co-curriculars and our Phi-Ed classes. Long list of projects, updating some of our playgrounds that are 20 or more years old.
The district is doing its search for a new superintendent. We introduced you as the interim superintendent. What is the timeline for that?
Yeah, we are just finishing looking for a vendor. The board will be deciding upon a vendor to help us facilitate the search in September. We hope to have an announcement by springtime of who the new superintendent will be.
Do you hope to be on that list?
I will tell you that I'm grateful to the community and to our staff and Board of Education for the support. My family and I are discussing options, but I will share that I am 100% confident whoever's sitting in this chair this time next year will have the best interest of the district in mind and will be able to move the district forward in a really positive way.
Any final thoughts or messages for students, staff, and parents as they are about to begin the new year?
I do want to say I'm so excited to get our staff back tomorrow and our students next week. I want to thank our parents and community for all of your support for public education and for the district. We couldn't be here without you, and we couldn't be as successful as we are without you. So thank you.
This is a key form of transportation for students when they head back to school. This morning, we're still talking about it, bus driver shortage. Cobuson buses out here this morning, and they're dealing with it as well. Enrique Hilgenberg is here with me this morning to talk a little bit more. Safety manager, like we said, last year we were talking about that bus driver shortage. Same thing for you this year as well. How are you doing getting ready for the start of the new school year?
Yep. We're doing the best that we can. We're still looking for drivers. We're able to consolidate routes because we lost some drivers. So we're able to move students, consolidate our routes, so that way we cover the holes. We have the team here, sometimes office staff, management, the owners themselves sometimes have this team effort and jump in and drive the bus. But yeah, we're still looking, we're still struggling. All over the country, the school bus industry is struggling more than ever. So we need drivers. Yeah, but we're going to be ready. That's the goal. Be ready for the beginning of the school year. We got to get the wheels rolling and transport those kids.
That's what you said. No matter what, you're going to be ready. Yep. Looking at the bus, you think about it, all those students, your kids are on there. That is the main thing, is to be like, hey, I want them to get to school safe. I want them to have a great bus driver. Maybe people are out there like, I don't have any experience. Mm-hmm. What would you say to that person that's thinking about becoming one, but really doesn't have the experience?
Yep, I'd say, call me. Come here. We'll train you, hold you by the hand, make you a bus driver. Hey, maybe in a weekend you want to drive bus?
You never know, right?
Yeah.
You never know.
If you're not too busy. Yes, we have a training program here from A to Z. The whole process. We have a trainer assigned to you. We pay for the training, which you start earning right away. The whole process from getting a permit, all the steps that involves getting a CDL with the school bus license endorsement will help you.
Enrique, you talked about too, a lot of people when they apply for a job, they look at the money, right? They look at benefits. What do you have for people? You said you've changed a lot of things too.
Yep, right now we have up to $2,300 of bonuses. So if you drive a school route taking kids to and from school, you can earn up to $2,300. We have incentive bonus for safety. If you have no accidents, attendance, so you can earn money. Throughout the year, we start paying $19 an hour, which is a great rate for a part-time job. Flexibility is awesome. So if you want to drive morning only because you have another job in the afternoon, we can do that. If you want to work in the afternoon only because you're a third shift person or whatever, you can do that.